Hello and welcome back to another episode of Disco Elysium. So this episode is recorded about a week after all those other episodes have been recorded, so I've had some time to think. I've had some time to edit my videos, and I've brought the voice levels up one tick. Some of the voices are perfectly clear, but other voices, like the very deep voice for all the emotions that you're feeling, and Ken Kitsuragi's voice, those are a little bit quieter, a little bit harder to hear if you're not wearing headphones. And I know a lot of people just like to put stuff on in the background on YouTube, so I've turned the volume levels on voices up by one tick. I found a way to thwart the system of things loading too fast, so I'm not able to find the hints more quickly enough. Right here, we are able to look through them. Most people settle for bed. Cool. Yeah, I knew that. Okay. Revachol. Oranje. Okay, so yeah, that is Dutch. Klasje. Bad for your health, you say. Good to know. I knew that. Most checks have secret. Difficult. Oh, yeah. I noticed a little bit. Man, my voice is actually really loud on the mic thing. Might need to turn that down. It'll be fine. I just need to project my voice a little less. So talking to the right person can reopen a closed white check. I kind of knew that, but it's good to have a reminder. Oh, okay. So I wonder when he goes to sleep. And can we sleep in the same bed together? Alright, I'll cut that out. Don't be afraid to say weird things. Oh, I'm not afraid. Wait, what? Sorry. Pick dialogue options that begin with hold on or wait. Oh, okay, so that's actually a decent hint. Yeah, that one I knew. Skill points can also buy new thought cabinet slots or forget old thoughts. Yeah. Interesting. Volition. Okay, so when I put points in endurance, that increased my health. So it was actually kind of a, how you say? It was kind of a good thing that I failed the body check so many times, because I got to put points in endurance because of it, and because of that I raised my health without even realizing it. You can sleep after 2100 hours. Sleeping heals all your health and morale. I had a theory that I had to sleep in this game, a theory that it would heal my health and morale, but I didn't quite realize that I could sleep already, and I don't have a place to sleep. I still have an enormous debt racked up with the hostel that I was staying at. Okay, so excellent. So we've gone through all the tips. Now I know a little bit more about the game. And there's more, too. So right now, so 20, that would be 6? No. Yeah, 6 p.m. Is where we're at right now. So that's not too late in the day. One thing I want to do is check out my map, because I realized while I was editing my videos, I don't have no leads on my gun. Wait, where's my gun? Oh, it got moved down to the bottom. For some reason. So, yeah, the gun is something that I can check at the local pawn shop. I thought I had no leads, but I think it would be good to visit the pawn shop now before it closes for the day. So that's one of the things I'm going to do. So I'm going to take a look at my map of Revachol. Not Revachol, Martinez.
The worn map features the patchwork grid of the streets of Martinez, with directions to appropriately touristy locations. Year 48 resides on the upper right corner.
So this was the voice I was talking about, the deep voice. That's, most of my emotions. It kind of reminds me, interestingly enough, of Idris Elba. Not the deepness of the voice. Idris Elba's voice isn't actually all that deep, but more the accent of the voice. That I feel like very loud truck in the background. I feel like Idris Elba has this same type of British accent. Anyway, we're gonna trace a path through the grid.
Your finger moves through the various streets, across Rue de Saint-Ghislain and Rue Saint-Cypar, over Saint-Brun and Martinez North.
So it's Saint-Ghislain. I was unsure if that was a soft G or a hard G, so now I know.
Finally, coming to a halt on the spot where you are currently standing, although the map gives no such indication itself.
You are here.
For a more detailed view of the map, go to your journal and select the map tab.
Oh, excellent. Okay, journal. Here. Map. Okay, awesome. You are here. Ice cream maker, fisherman shacks. Oh god, there's a lot to explore here. I kind of thought... Yeah, I kind of thought that this would be a lot more detailed, but joke's on me, I guess. So where is this pawn shop? Well, fortunately, I don't waste any time by just walking around. I can walk... yeah. Can I not run? Do I hold shift? Yeah, there we go. So I'm gonna walk around. Got the racist lorry driver here. The scabs are still out in full force. And let's see. Anything I can interact with? Not so lucky. So yeah, like I mentioned, I'm kind of just getting my bearings here again. Audio's bugging out a little bit. How charming. So is it this guy? Probably not. That doesn't seem like a pawn shop. Wild Pines, eh? That sounds somewhat familiar. But let's not get... Because once I start a conversation, I'm going to want to see it to the end. And that's just the kind of guy I am. Don't want to brag. Kind of want to brag. So that's the bookstore. I spent lots of time in there in the last episode. So, no time to look at things. Just want to find this bloody pawn shop. Pawn shop, pawn shop. Who's got the pawn shop? Okay, seabirds. And here is the water. So how do I move past this area? Is such a thing even possible? Oh? Oh, I see. That looks somewhat promising. Let's head down here first. Okay, so I'm guessing if we want to go to a different area, we gotta talk to this guy. And I assume that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. Excuse me?
A sturdy metal door guards the southwest entrance to the apartment building. It's locked.
Okay. Apartment building is not a pawn shop. Ooh, what's this?
Yeah, you better keep walking.
Shut the heck up. Would you shut the heck up? What is this? Hello?
This is a wall on the side of an apartment building.
In the dimming light, some things become clearer.
You have no clue. It's just a wall.
That's a shame.
So many walls all over Martinez. Weather-worn, cracked, their paint peeling.
See, time is passing. This is what I'm worried about here. Let's grab some stuff. Alright. Some healing. Oh, only morale healing. I could use some actual real healing. Oh god. Here's Kuno S. Not hiding behind the wall any longer. And there's the greenhouse. Okay, okay. And what are you? More apartment buildings?
There must be another way into the building.
Show up.
Where is the pawn shop? Hello? Maybe a sea monster did this to the plaza. Yeah, man, that's gotta be it. You nailed it. Or an earthquake. Yeah, no. I think sea monster's gotta be it. He had the right call the first time around. Okay, this is Tommy Leham. Alright, so we have no leads. So we might as well try this guy hanging out back here. Could be him. Or her. I think the pawn shop owner is a
The small,
fellow.
wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to something on her radio. A photograph is clutched in her hands, and there is a warm smile on her face.
Pale Driver. Interesting name.
The photo, an ambrotype from the turn of the century, as golden as her smile.
You have a little bit of a crush?
It's the warmth of a winter night's fire. Maybe she could give you comfort and shelter, some cigarettes, and food money. Maybe she's your...
I don't think she's my grandma. I'd like to ask some questions.
No response. Wherever this woman is, your words fail to reach her.
Grandma?
Nothing. Her smile just keeps widening. Her hair is gray like lead.
Wait.
Yeah, it did seem a little bit rude. The lieutenant stops you before you can snap.
She's just a distracted old woman. Better to leave her alone.
Why?
Why? I just told you why.
I don't know, Kim. Seems pretty sus. But just since I like you so much, I'll give you a pass. Wait, can I not go over there? Anywhere else I can go? Anywhere else I can interact with? Nowhere I can see. So we passed a few minutes chatting with the old woman. We'll probably be able to talk to her later. Got the cryptozoologist's wife told me where the pawn shop was, and yet I haven't a clue where I can find it. This is turning into a sticky situation. I just need my gun back. I have a rifle, if I recall correctly, which I think I can pawn. Let me go to my items. Antique Belle McGrath rifle. Yeah, I have different shirts. My shirt right now is okay. It certainly looks a lot less ridiculous than any of these. So I'll keep it for now. Oh, wait, what? Oh, then my cursor's bugged. Maybe I should follow Kim. I don't think I even can go along that route there. Oh, wait. Is this something? It's something. I don't know if it's the right thing, though. What are you? A helpline to the company that controls the drawbridge. That seems handy. Alright, what's your deal?
You see two lowly, defeated speakers, thralls, slaves basically, perched atop them like conquerors surveying the land. A pair of found, durable wear sneakers, ultra serious.
I can see you've a taste for luxury, officer. Can't keep your eyes off those sneakers?
A pair of found ultras. The design is impossibly sleek and simple. A futuristic silhouette with a sleek monochrome colorway, a jet black upper, and a silver-lined midsole.
Those sneakers, mister. Those sneakers are the latest found sneakers. Super rare, super fine, super cool. Only 50 real.
Yeah, too rich for my blood.
Only? That's madness. These once respectable speakers have been conquered, reduced to a mere prop by the indomitable Found Ultras atop them.
No, don't look at the speakers, officer. Look at the sneakers. The sneakers are the stars here.
But I already looked at the sneakers.
Then look at them again. These are the premium lifestyle sneakers, officer. The best on the market.
Can't I just buy the sad conquered Salmaron speakers?
No way, officer. These aren't for sale. They're bad speakers. Low-fi socialist junk.
But I need some speakers.
Well, if you want them...
He pauses for a moment, calculating.
But see, they are the pedestal for my sneakers. If I let go of the speakers, where will the sneakers go? I can't leave premium lifestyle sneakers on the ground. If, on the other hand, you wanted to buy the sneakers too, I could maybe throw in the speakers for little extra. 50 cents?
Well, tempting, but not tempting enough. What is this?
There are clothes inside. Cheap second-hand clothes, smelling of strangers' body odors.
Don't be shy. These are premium class clothes. Good quality fabrics, best retro design. Save the economy with your style, officer.
You find your hands deep in tattered and faded garments made from weird polyester blends that make your body itch and sweat in all the wrong places.
Economical, but also trendy. Look firsthand, buy secondhand. Keep the economy moving.
Alright, we have a decent shot of passing this check.
No good.
Ah.
All you can come up with are some treated wool pants. You can tell they're too tight around your thighs and too loose around the waist. They itch like hell. Like an itch pit in hell.
All natural materials, see? Real wool, 100% skin friendly, and they're yours for only 2 real.
That is a pretty good bargain, but I'll pass. For now. Yeah, that's the sneakers. I could examine those a little more. Oh, wait. First off, what's this? A sewer gate. Great. A gateway to the River of Filth. Well, we might have a sewer level coming up. Anything's possible. Excellent. Okay, yeah, I need some of those. Yeah! Okay, finally found it. Alright, let's take a look around the pawn shop. Mostly military wear with a few more eccentric fashions thrown in. Some kind of machine. An antique cash register? A bust of a woman. The plaque simply reads DEI. I've got a bust of a woman for you, but I'm warning you. It's boobs. In the dark, a film projector is whirring away. Is that so? Oh, there's Roy. I thought he's part of the bloody merchandise. Let's examine this first.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback, others in rags, others yet in bright blue uniforms. All are stern and unyielding in their duty. Try to find something pretty and cool here, then use it to win her back.
Win her back?
Yes. Buy something nice. A figurine. This sounds off. You shouldn't trust this guy.
Man, God, my emotions are fighting against each other.
Big men on big horses, clad in lamella armor and carrying flintlocks. The kind that would mow down a line of enemy soldiers in the blink of an eye.
Very EU4. Who are they?
Franco-Nigerian knights. I used to be very serious about these guys.
Oh, yeah, we always knew Kim was a nerd.
A long, long time ago. They're not all blue. These figurines also wear gold coats and caps, complemented by orange trousers. They are variously posed, wielding swords and rifles with bayonets.
What exactly are these?
Which ones? Ah, royalist soldiers from the time of the Revolution. The uniforms are painted a bit too brightly, I suppose.
Roy is looking rough.
This set of soldiers isn't meant to look impressive. A few have rifles, but most of them carry pistols. Some even shovels and tall sticks.
Are these even soldiers?
You're probably talking about the revolutionaries, yes? Yes, they are soldiers, revolutionary soldiers. I think their poverty has been exaggerated for effect. When you place them next to the royalists, it doesn't seem like they could possibly win.
Sorry, I have a habit of reading ahead. I read, "It is impossible to win against the cohorts of capital. Ask my friend Gart, whose bitch it made for me, or whose bitch it made me."
Okay. I don't like either set too much, to be honest.
He seems to have his own take on the conflict played out in perpetuity by these toys. Might be interesting to find out what it is.
That was a challenging. Cool. Alright, so another check. Our luck has been bad so far, but doesn't mean they'll be bad all game.
Why?
Nice.
What's this? A headless man riding a horse? A headless man wearing futuristic tracksuit trousers that say foul?
The headless Slavic horseman?
Oh, that's the Headless Phone Rider.
Who?
The Headless Phone Rider. It's an urban legend about a man who rides the streets of Revachol sporting a fawn tracksuit. As you see, he's missing his head.
He points to the decapitated figurine.
50 cents. Bargain price. I'll throw in the tiny cap too. I think he's looking for it, or something. That part of the story has many interpretations.
That is an absolute steal.
Did I mention that this figurine is supposed to be lucky? Always carry it with you.
He grins. Yeah, you can stop selling. I've already purchased it.
That was a very smooth salesman's grin that almost comes off as earnest. You should learn from him.
Alright, I'll step away from the table. You've already robbed me. Time to find out if you have my gun.
It's not often that I see officers from the RCM in my pawn shop.
The man at the counter turns to you slowly. So, have I been here before?
What can I do for you?
His courtesy is not insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector, just watching the movement of light across the walls of the shop.
Well, gotta have people in your shop to make money, man. Now that the RCM is here, tell me, have you had any trouble lately?
I haven't had any problems myself, though some of my customers have complained about inconsistent law enforcement.
Alright, so you've got an axe to grind.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake, people who are terminally bored. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from.
Okay, let me take a look at these options here. Quite the collection indeed. Typical vacuous consumerist objects. It'd be fun to do a communist playthrough. But this game is already taking an extraordinarily long time to play through. So one of the things I'll also say is I've been playing this game for about like 8-9 hours now, according to Steam. I haven't earned a single achievement. And it seems like most of the achievements are just for saying like political stuff. So because I'm doing a mostly neutral run, I probably won't get any of those achievements until I spend the rest of my life playing through various political, ideological stances. So anyway, I think some of your selections are more tasteful than others. Yeah, whatever, I don't care.
It keeps me entertained.
Okay, so let's take a look here. Electrochemistry challenging. Yeah, sure.
Okay, he definitely is high. Whatever it is, you've probably done it, and many other things besides. But you can't cut through the jumble of sensations to get to the answer. A guarded man like him wouldn't tell you if you asked out loud.
So you might be able to aid our investigation.
I doubt it, but I can try and answer any questions you may have.
Know anything about the recent hanging?
I do my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery. Bad for business. Bad for everyone.
think you could help me get a corpse out of a tree?
The corpse behind the hostel, I assume. I don't have a truck with a mounted platform or anything of that sort myself.
A truck with a mounted platform. Maybe we get the lorry drivers to help.
Ask around the harbour. There might be some workers there who'd be willing to help.
That's all I
The
got.
pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing colors.
Yeah, he's high as balls. That's fine. By the way, do you happen to have any guns? Like the ones carried by officers of the Citizens Militia?
Someone else came here earlier today asking the
Oh,
same
come on.
question. I promptly sold her the gun you pawned a couple days back.
Alright, so we gotta find this girl.
The lieutenant shifts from one thing to another, alert.
Oh god. Wait, I sold you my gun? I mean, I kinda figured.
You...
What?
With Kim here too. That just sounded really, really bad.
You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer. Said you were undeserving of a service weapon of the Revachol Citizens Militia. And I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off the charts photon emissions. The unhealthy kind.
God, is everyone here some sort of new age quack?
He's not telling you the whole story. It seems he's trying to spare you.
Yeah, well, whatever. I feel like there's something you're not telling me.
You weren't quiet. Yourself, officer.
So, what was I like?
You were very distraught. You said the gun was a threat to your life and that you can't trust yourself with it tonight. And that you need the money.
Yeah, so we're gonna off ourselves with it. That's probably a good idea to get rid of it.
When I said that I don't normally buy firearms, you put
Oh.
a gun barrel in your mouth and sort of sucked on it. Then I agreed to take it.
Okay. That's kind of grim. So how much did I sell the gun for?
15 real.
Where did it go?
The lieutenant looks from you to Roy, and then back to you. It's clear that he hopes this tableau might still turn out to be a bad dream. It's not, though.
It's a nightmare.
This has got to be the most. Wow. There's pity there, too. In case you didn't notice.
Yeah, I figured. Okay. I'm so sorry you had to see me in that state. We don't have to talk about it any further.
No apologies necessary, officer.
So, was the buyer a policeman, too?
She didn't seem like a policeman. Although she kept referring to herself as a pig, which was odd. I found her interest in the gun a bit obsessive, but I was just happy to get rid of it, and of her.
So, I haven't met every character in this game yet, but my first instinct is to say Kuno S.
Truth be told, she was terrifying.
Right, so let me get this right.
Oh,
You
Jesus.
sold your sidearm, issued by the Citizens Militia, and now a civilian is running around the streets of Martinez with it?
Would that upset you, if that were true?
Miraculously, his face does not reveal what's happening inside.
I don't like it either. What if she intends to commit a crime and blame it on the Citizens Militia?
You're right that she could cast aspersions on the force. We have to find her.
Okay, so, he looks around worried, so we've got a little side quest. Any idea where I can find this buyer?
My apologies, officer, but I have no idea where she was coming from or where she went.
Yeah, a small description would be good.
A needle in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about it now. You'll just have to hope you luck upon her somehow.
Like, could we not just... Come on, man, just work with me here. I'll pass a conceptualization check and we can do a police sketch and everything. It'll be great. At least now I know how I lost my sidearm. Let's talk about something else.
Of course.
Okay, so there's the gun. There's something I'd like to sell.
Let me have a look.
I don't want to sell the photo of the corpse.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
I want to sell the shot put ball. It's pretty good. No, I won't sell any of this.
Another time, perhaps.
Alright, so that's grim.
Hey, so we've been monitoring you internally. And now we know your Copo type.
Capo type? Wait, there are capo types? What? Wait, hold on, what?
Yes. Guess what's yours?
Sorry, cop? I'm sorry, I'm not sure.
Yes, sorry cop. The cop who's sorriest. Let's make it official then, shall we? Huge lack of enthusiasm going on in here.
Okay. What are the other capo types?
Oh, you know, Apocalypse, Superstellar, the advanced interesting cop, Liquid Shadow cop. But you're too sorry to say those things. So, here we go?
Won't the other capo types be jealous?
What? Jealous of the sorry cop?
Hmm.
I think they'll be fine. Don't worry. They'll be super fine. It'll be totally okay. You can dual Copo type from sorry to anything.
Alright, well, I am pretty sorry about doing all this stuff. Not that it really helps anything. There's a reason why apologizing to everybody is the 9th step of the 12-step program. It doesn't help if you were doing horrible things yesterday, and then suddenly you're like, oh, I just feel so bad about it now, I'm sorry. But whatever, we'll opt in.
Of course you are. It's okay. See if you can get something out of this, like info. Or maybe every time you say you're sorry, you get $1 million.
I highly doubt we'll be able to get something cool like that.
That won't happen.
Very true. Alright, so let's internalize this thought. -1 authority. That's not really a research bonus. So, let's read this. You're one sorry piece of shit. A cop penitent. A flagellant cop monk. This is not the right line of work for you. You should be groveling at the feet of a feudal lord, providing lurid evidence against yourself at a Mazovian show trial, or ripping the flesh from your back with a cat of nine tails. Whatever made you this way, you can be damn sure it was your own fault. Do it. Really criticize yourself. Who knows? You might uncover something of importance from your guilt-ridden past. Not impossible. Alright, so we can internalize this, and we can literally just get rid of it later if we want to. Wait, was there something else? Inexplicable feminist agenda. Sorry, caught my eye for some reason. So maybe, okay, so no real leads anymore. So there's a few more things to look around at in this pawn shop.
The boomboxes on the shelf look well-loved and well-traveled. Chipped, dented, they stare at you with the unblinking eyes of their tape reels.
Let's stand on the tips of our toes to see more.
One especially catches your eye. Deep gold and amber plastic with a big old handle on top. A classic boombox that says Stereo 8 approved. This is you. Golden orange. A sunset suite. Just make sure it works before you buy it.
What I really want to know is, could this device come in handy in my police work?
If police work means playing tapes, sure. You can use it for that. Or any other time you'd need to play a tape.
Right. So I had a tape player in my hostel room, which I basically destroyed, and I call it my hostel room, but I highly doubt I'll be able to stay there anymore. So maybe once we get a tape, we should come back here and buy this.
Like a beach party. With sand and sun and seagulls dancing on the breeze.
Alright, so Kim, this is very serious business. Theoretically, could I bring it to a beach party?
Theoretically, yes. But we don't have time right now. It's generally murder investigation first, then beach party.
Okay, beach party. You promise, Kim. We're going to a beach together. Okay, you're right, Kim.
That is the unofficial RCM motto, yes.
You know, that does make a little bit of sense, knowing what I know about cops so far.
It's not, sadly.
Oh well. Alright, so I don't really care about the speakers until I get a tape I need to play. Yeah, that's all one thing.
A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps. The light pole has been carefully cut, and the wiring has been redone and attached to a standard indoor plug. The light buzzes faintly, but persistently. This would make quite a statement in your living room.
What living room? I don't have a living room.
Yes, officer. As you see, it's in perfect working order.
Where did you get this?
It was brought to me to be altered.
Altered?
We are not here to investigate the theft of city property.
He leans in so the pawnbroker doesn't hear him.
You have to admit it's rather clever what he's done with it.
What has he done with it?
700 real. A bargain, I dare say.
Are you out of your mind? There's one like that on every corner.
The light has undergone 3 transformations, and every transformation, large or small, has a price tag.
He rests his elbows on the counter and brings his face closer to the glass. What do you mean transformations?
Well, there are the cost of removal and rewiring.
He throws you a look of weary patience. Oh, I'm sorry. Is it too much effort to have a conversation about your wares?
The most important transformation is the light's placement among ordinary indoor fixtures, which has adjusted its morphological field. The light became suitable for use inside the home just a few days ago.
Okay, that checks out.
Oh my god. We can actually buy this for 700 real. Okay. So I mostly want to learn about the gun. Now that that's been taken care of, what I want to do is check out the whirling in rags for a specific reason. Also, I can check out whatever the heck's going on over here. What are you? Water lock out of order until Wednesday. Let's check this out. Ooh. I mean, I'll take it. Do I have a limited inventory? Like, no, there's a scroll bar here. I think I have unlimited inventory. So, yeah, electrochemistry, since I'm going to be sober this run, I don't really care so much about it. So I want to go to the Whirling in Rags to check out the Union people, see what they're doing. But I think I can spend some time talking to this guy and I won't miss them. Hopefully.
A couple of indicator lights are missing from this control panel. Loose wires dangle from the now vacant holes. In the middle is a lever. Beneath it, a small metal plaque. This panel usually closes the waterlock, turning it into a bridge that lets you cross the canal. But there's a crashed salmon and butter sign in the way. Pulling the lever probably won't do anything.
Let's try it.
You pull the lever all the way up until the metal clicks against the contact pins. You hear a soft clunk. Then, nothing happens.
Alright.
A spring brings the lever back to its original position. You still need to close the waterlock to get across the canal. Some other way.
Gotcha.
Wasn't there a sign over there saying functionality will be restored on Wednesday morning?
Is it? Oh yes, Monday. I remember saying I could never get a handle on Monday, so looks like this is time locked. That's fine.
Evening, officers.
Is that a knife? Are we being mugged?
A burly man hangs out by the waterlock, carving up a generous serving of salami with an old hunter's knife. His eyes are fixed on a man stranded on the other side of the waterlock and on an enormous billboard that has fallen down into the canal between them.
Okay, first things first. What are you doing here, man on the waterlock? Which is your official name.
My friend Barry the Butcher is stuck on the other side of the waterlock. I'm keeping him company and eating his salami.
From the corner of your eye, you see a man in a yellow shirt and grey overalls waving at you from across the canal. He seems disappointed about the wreckage on the waterlock and the salami.
Yeah, with friends like these, who needs enemies? And also, Barry the Butcher, not exactly the most comforting name in the world.
Very good stuff. Anything I can do for you, officer?
The man on the waterlock picks the skin off a slice of salami and takes a sizable bite. Do you know what caused this wreckage?
I wasn't here to witness it, but those look like tire tracks on that sign. Weird, huh? Then again, plenty of daredevil drivers in Revachol.
The words "daredevil driver" sound ominous to you.
I think I know exactly why they sound ominous to me.
Too bad it also takes a year and a day to repair anything around here. Especially a waterlock. The rest of the coast is closed off till then.
So what's with the lever that does nothing?
It's supposed to operate the waterlock, but as noted, it's all junk right now. Disabled because of the blockage.
Is that an Australian accent? Why is it disabled?
Safety measure. Turns out the panel needs a special key to be reactivated. Wouldn't want anyone moving the waterlock with debris still in the channel. It'll be restarted on Wednesday morning. You want to do the honors when the time comes?
We'll see. I'm not all that into manual labor.
Suit yourself. Just drop by on Wednesday if you want to see the waterlock work again.
He cuts a fresh slice from his salami.
The coast part of the map is inaccessible until the 3rd day.
Yeah, I got that. Okay. Do you know what's further down the coast?
Well, there's the fishing village, an abandoned fish market, a bizarro church. Not much use to the congregation, though. There always seems to be something wrong with it.
He thinks for a moment.
Yeah, not really much else. Just bombed out ruins.
Bizarro church. How strange. So, can I have some of that salami?
Sure thing.
Really? Oh, man. That's awesome. He cuts off a slice of salami.
Want some too, officer?
He turns to the lieutenant.
Why not?
Hey, alright, we're having ourselves a little picnic. The lieutenant ponders the offer for a moment, then decides to go for it. He takes a slice of salami from the man and chews on it. Fantastic. Alright, today's a good day. Oh, I see. Okay, so, right, we've got all that. Wait, we can talk to Kim and try to pass a logic check? What an interesting idea. But before we do that, I want to attempt to talk to the Union people. And check out this tree. An ancient fountain. It doesn't pump water anymore. There's a tree in it. God, we really move around slowly. Tire tracks leading onto the roof. The slush and rain has almost washed them off. Is that so? We can't get on the roof. We can go over here. Wait. There's a thought here. The spirited chirps and clicks of swallows fill the air. Fascinating stuff. Oh, there's a view hole. I think we have to pay to use it. Let's find out. This coin-operated viewer has been banged up, inoperable. Well, apparently not. Things I've seen and Hick said. Buddy, I highly relate. Alright, so let's see if the Union boys are chatting away. Oh, it's rowdy in here. So, what's going on here? Nothing there yet. So this guy I've already talked to, I think. So it's Disco City in here. I happen to love disco, so it's fine. Alright, so I think I talked to this guy, but let's try talking to him again. Yeah, it's all about money. Preach it. Let's see if Gart has something to say again.
Can I help you?
Another thing. Great.
Yes. Yes. Have you? Yes.
No, nothing. Alright, so we can't do anything with the blue door. Yeah, nothing appears to be interactable. So, man, I really thought this would have been open by now, but perhaps not. We'll come back later. So, now what do we do? We find out who's in the Union box. So maybe another day. Getting the body down so we can try to go back to the harbor. So what we can do right now is upgrade our savoir-faire and try that check again. Yeah, and the chimney is another issue. Yeah, track down your badge. Oh, I need to take a look at the notes that I made about the case. That might be helpful. That might unlock new things in my journal to investigate. So who put the clothes in the trash? So yeah, this may take a while. Read your ledger and name the case. Can do. Okay, I don't know anyone who knows about tattoos yet. Who made the call? Right, can't do that. Sing karaoke. Armor pieces, boots, gun. Okay. So let's talk to Kim.
Yes?
Oh, okay, excellent. So we can try this again. Let's do it.
You pick
Ow.
over what's left of your frontal cortex, but no compelling explanations emerge.
Well, that's a shame. So, map. It's interfacing. Formidable. Measurehead, huh? Oh, right. This was me trying to subscribe to his racist worldview, which I don't really want to do for a lot of reasons. One, I don't like racists. We can chat that up racist lorry driver. And two, it's not even like racism that makes sense. It's racism against myself. So, not that any racism makes sense, but you know what I mean. So yeah, now it's time to interact with some of these. Most importantly, oh, there is one thing I want to do now that I think about it. So what I want to do is try to rid the place of the curse. And what I think would really help is unplugging the bear fridge.
The red cable is plugged into an electric sizzle. The room is slightly quieter now.
So that would help reduce the electricity bill, which would probably help Plaisance keep her bookstore running. Now, honestly, I don't really care about Plaisance. I care about her daughter, Annette, who's a just adorable little girl who gave me this amazing fedora. Thank you, Annette. You're the best. So what's next? What did I want to do? Right, I wanted to look through my items and interact with the notes.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
Urinal cleaner? They make special cleaners for urinals? Anything else?
There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper, desperately sticking to the back of the blue plastic clipboard.
Yum yum.
It's a metaphor for you.
Yeah, yeah, it sure is.
Below the pathetics, terror. Do not look into its blue heart.
Okay, we'll expect the toilet paper.
It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want.
Maybe it's kitchen tissue? They look exactly the same.
If you want it to be kitchen tissue, it can be kitchen tissue.
I suppose it doesn't really matter all that much.
It's not, though. It's toilet paper.
We'll take it off.
Still wet.
Ooh.
Toilet paper. I mean, kitchen tissue. Sorry. Peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off your finger, and voila. The ledger now looks marginally better.
And we've gained a little bit of experience. We'll inspect the clip.
An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip.
Let's run our finger across the aluminum.
The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence. You don't know how you didn't notice it before.
Hey, Lieutenant, what is this?
What? That thing. It's a halogen watermark. We use it for adding information to RCM property.
Interesting. What kind of information?
It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address. The information varies by date of issue.
How many years you've been on the force, he's thinking. It'll have that.
Uh-huh. How can I read it?
Any capable light with the right wavelength will do.
Okay, for example...
All RCM vehicles have headlights designed to reveal halogen watermarks.
Ooh.
Mine too.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
Fantastic.
Okay.
He returns to his neatly kept notes.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand. It's a sorry sight.
Yeah, there's a lot of sorry sights. Let's browse the white papers. I shudder to think of why the yellow papers are yellow.
They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered with faint red lines forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files, commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
What is in there? What are they about?
Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate, due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases undertaken, not completed, mind you. It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average.
Okay, is 2 cases a week a good caseload, Lieutenant?
Huh? 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes.
2 cases a week appears to have been my load, Lieutenant. I'm not sure I completed them, though.
2? That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me.
I'm sure I made plenty of mistakes.
It's okay. We all make mistakes.
Oh.
God knows I've made my share. He tries not to think of them. Like a fan of gills, the checkered papers dry in your hand. The handwriting is extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
There was mention of a naming convention here?
Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name. A title, one might say even. One that draws inspiration from snoop fiction and vespertine cop show staples.
Ara. They're written in capital letters, too.
Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another yet, The Unsolvable Case.
Let's go with more.
Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the Ukar Parlor. Even the rare article-free collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently throughout.
Well, murder was the case they gave me.
It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up close.
Kim, my cases appear to employ some kind of naming convention.
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene?
Oh, always expecting the best from me. No, I mean a non-numeric one, with titles.
Oh, you mean the titular? Yes, well, so do I. In our defense, almost everyone in the RCM does.
Why is that?
It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves.
I seem to have named the case the Square Bullet Hole Murders.
Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that, to amuse myself. I pray his loved ones never find out.
So what happened to him?
Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
Okay, so let's count the pages. I have to open an official case. Is there room?
There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish.
Alright, let's do this. Commit to paper.
Sadly, the ledger only comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil. It's unfitting of this monumental event.
I don't mind using the pencil, but Kim, do you have a pen?
The lieutenant looks at his blue notebook. 2 fat, shiny pens hang from the binder, like large caliber bullets on an ammo belt.
Well, if he's anything like me, he's protective of his pens.
It's downright incriminating. He has little choice but to give you one, although he really does not want to. He is not really saying anything, just standing there, looking at them.
Fine, I'll just use this crappy pencil.
Absolutely motionless at first, then animated slowly, imperceptibly even. The lieutenant begins to browse his notes again, leaving you to the case files. The threat has passed. He is thankful it has passed. and that he's gotten to keep both pens.
Oh, man. Low down, dirty, rotten bastard. How could you, Kim?
Onto the paper with a brash free hand, uncannily similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple. A language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect the victim's body. Get the body down. Interview the cafeteria manager. It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place.
Let's cross out the ones we've already finished.
A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you, and you. Things to be done, and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the Citizens Militia. Now all that remains is to name the case.
Lieutenant, have you, by any chance, named our case?
No, actually. Any ideas?
Okay, so let's not go with shit on a stick. There's the Hanged Man. The Furies are at home in the mirror. Oh, wasn't that the quote at the very beginning of the game? The setting sun. Let's do the Hanged Man.
Great. That's great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man. Good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case now.
Man, it's a little bad how, what's the word I'm looking for? The amount of dopamine I get when Kim really likes what I do something, I don't know. But, press on.
I'm going to start calling it the
Nice.
Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
Awesome. Okay, so we got 30 whole experience from that. I'm done inspecting these.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now.
Okay, so I wonder if I can read the case files. Let's try it.
Yes, you
Yeah.
can piece them together using the alphanumeric code on the margin. It always begins with HDB41, then date of initialization and time of arrival on the scene, followed by the title. For example, HDB 41120111700.
Okay,
The next world mural.
HDB 41, then the date of initialization, then the time. So the time would be 1700, so 5 o'clock. So this is 1201? December 1st? Is such a thing even possible? Wait, HGB 41, weren't those officer precinct?
Why, yes, your precinct number is 41.
And HDB...
Every last alphanumeric in the files begins with it. And these are your case files. It's safe to say HDB are your initials.
Wow, okay, finally. Horace Debbie Berenger, Haram Darjan bin Zaken. Wow, I don't know what to say to that. Wait, hang on. Didn't someone, maybe my own mind, say I seemed like a Harry?
I got nothing here either. Logic really isn't the best faculty to have this conversation with. But it's the one you got. So sorry. Yeah, we're staying out of this business for now. HDB is bad news from yesteryear. It's shit honcho.
So how long does it take to read a case?
It takes about half an hour to piece one together, using the system you've devised. Where do you want to start?
Alright, let's revisit this
Not much has
later.
changed in the meanwhile. A bunch of sodden papers still sags from the clipboard.
So this seems like an excellent way to pass time if I need to. So let's browse the yellow pages.
In the back, you see thin, translucent copy of paper. Some neon yellow, some bright red, all covered in boxes, like marching armies. These look like official forms, waiting to be filled out. Then rip them from the binder and hand them out, according to type of form.
Oh, okay, official forms. What types of forms are there?
3. The topmost are misconduct fines. The middle ones are station calls. And the bottommost are field autopsy forms. Each is easy enough to make sense of. You don't have to be an intellectual giant to do police work.
Field autopsy?
A dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color. You see the parameters of a deceased human form waiting to be filled in. Age, sex, condition of internal organs.
Alright, so maybe once we get the body down, we'll be able to fill one of these out. Station call.
These are quite sinister in tone. They give a date and time for the person to appear at the specified precinct police station. Below the call are the criminal charges you risk by not appearing.
I see, so if we want to be a fascist in this game, then we start handing these out to people. Maybe misconduct fines as well.
A monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 real. Severe cases allow for 1,000 real, but that requires special paperwork. The details of issuing these fines are spread out over the rest of the fields.
Alright, enough of these.
Yes, all that remains now is to fill those forms and hand them to people. Fines for wrongdoers, interview requests for bad guys, and field autopsies to dead guys. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the paperwork must have spared the fragile copier paper.
Well, lucky us. Let's look at... smell the ledger. Let's look at the clipboard. Didn't I already do that?
It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are rounded, however. The U4 size board feels thick and heavy in your hand. Light shimmers on its wet surface. On the back you see the embossed letters, RCM.
What did you say the color was?
Blue. The blue heart. Don't look into it.
So for one reason or another, I keep getting attracted to blue things, like the blue door at the Whirling in Rags. I wonder why I have such a association with the color blue. Could be another David Lynch reference. By the way, I was looking back on my editing my videos. I'm very ashamed, deeply ashamed, one could say, that I was unable to think of David Lynch's name at the proper time. Yeah, it's pretty rough. Let's shake the ledger.
Something rattles inside, ever so lightly. Is there a hidden compartment?
Let's peek inside.
The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is not see-through. You cannot see to its center.
Alright, so how would I open it?
With your hands, U4 sized pages hang from the clip screwed to the top of the board.
Wait, Lonesome Long Way Home. So because I learned a little bit about where my address is, I get a malice to this check. Well, let's try it.
The two sides of the board appear slightly misaligned, like a drawer that's come off its slides. If you bend the plastic on your knee slowly, the slides snap back into place. It should be possible to just, you know.
This seems dangerous. Let's slide the drawer open.
Without resistance or sound, the two panels move against each other. The compartment is now open.
So what's
2
inside?
ticket stubs and a handmade postcard.
Okay, option 3 is quite the thing. Let's pick up the ticket stubs.
2 octopuses are smiling, reaching their tentacles toward each other in the colored pencil drawings. The tickets permit access to the zoo in Revachol East. The aquarium costs extra. These let you go there, too.
Alright. Maybe I should have quick saved. I think I still can quick save. Oh no, I can't.
Thin wax paper has been glued to a piece of cardboard. Sounds like leaves rustling when you pick it up. You see violet flowers, floral patterns, patches of glue.
So if I smell it, I might be able to really remember some stuff.
It smells of chewing gum. Apricot flavor.
Apricot flavored chewing gum? That sounds absolutely disgusting.
A touch of cinnamon. The end of summer. You think the label says tutti frutti.
Let's open it.
Familiar handwriting lines the inside of the card. Looped, round letters in a woman's hand. A young woman in her 20s. There is care, effort, and a smile, you think. Although that is not something you can read from someone's handwriting. Harry It begins.
Harry!
You're already reading. I wanted to write you a letter so you can read it when you wake up. Maybe it will make you happy.
My name is Harry. It's official. I finally have a name. I honestly didn't think I would be able to find out my name until way later on. But Harry it is.
Throw it away, please.
Keep reading.
Your hand shakes holding the card. Every morning when I step out and you're asleep behind me, it says, I find a little piece of sadness in me. I carry it in my chest, down Voyager Road. Every step I take, it grows. By the time I reach the fuel station, it has filled me entirely. I step onto the light rail and look back. Sparks fall from the bow collector. I know it will be like this until late afternoon, when I get off the 42 and walk back to you.
This might be very dangerous to keep reading. So, I assume this is from my wife. The 42 is her precinct?
You. Every step I take will get lighter. It almost makes me run. Sometimes I do. I can't believe I met you. I can't believe the happiness I feel with you. You have a vast, vast soul, and I will always, always, always come back to it.
I think my wife was a poet. Wasn't there something that said no poets on... Oh no, I'm thinking of a tweet I read.
Kisses, kisses, kisses. You feel the air sucked out of your lungs and the blood sucked out of your head. Everything around you gets dark. Small white dots appear. You feel the ledger slip from your hand. No, hold on.
We'll try.
To what? There's nothing.
Detective, is everything all right?
Um, What?
There is nothing. Again.
Nothing?
Nothing sad, brother. No treachery, just blackout.
I guess we'll just lie there.
Well, almost nothing. There is the ground below you, that's still there. And the small light that's on, fluttering, somewhere in the basal ganglia.
Who's that?
That's me. Blue eyes, that's me.
And who is that?
Who was what?
He speaks of the sickening longing, the unwell emotion. Even in the darkness, he's grasping for it. Still trying to hold on to the great sorrow slipping in the water. Slimy.
So in my last playthrough, I remember, I think I got something similar. I tried to slip away unnoticed, and I rammed myself into the wheelchair of the cryptozoologist's wife. And so it's good that I've got this experience once again in this playthrough. Yeah, that's the stuff.
Here in the paleo-mammalian cortex, we call it the shadow. Because it's always there.
Was that the X something? The...
Bloated corpse of the past resurfacing.
Yes, that.
Don't prod at it. It will start moving again.
Where is Voyager Road?
There is no Voyager Road. There are no roads, no houses, no lights in the windows. It's all on pause.
Let's talk about the X something again.
Bloated corpse.
Beautiful. Believe me, stupid ape. Its lack of beauty was not the problem.
Alright, I guess we just gotta lie there motionless.
You think they would let you? Until you disintegrate into biomolecules? No. Someone is breathing on your face now, inspecting your pupils, stupid idiot.
What's that? It's cold.
Yes, they're pouring something on you. It's in you. And
It's delicious.
Ooh.
Glowing lights on a dashboard emerge out of nothingness.
Okay, so he didn't die. But that was a bit of a scary moment there.
The upholstered cabin of Lieutenant Kitsuragi's motor carriage, seated in the driver's basket. The air is thick with leatherworks and heavy fuel oil. Cold water runs down your chin.
Drink. Water.
The lieutenant is extending a small canister to your mouth.
The water is cold.
Nice.
Silvery, the stuff of life itself, as it pours down your parched throat. The pounding in your head recedes. The darkness parts.
Alright, Kim, want to drive this to makeout point?
Drink. You haven't drunk water in 2 days. Did you know the human body is not made to survive on alcohol alone? You need a secondary form of hydration.
How do you know I haven't drunk water in 2 days?
With greedy gulps, you down half a liter of cold water. Some of it spills on the driver's seat. The lieutenant pays no heed to it.
What happened?
Okay, so here are my options. I came in contact with the burnt-out ruins of the past, Lieutenant.
That does sometimes happen.
Oh. He hands you the remains of your ledger, and I got it back. I was a little worried about that when I dropped it.
You dropped these. Are you okay to proceed?
Let's solve this case, baby.
Good.
Nice.
The Ledger of Failure and Hatred is a special item that can be used both as an interactable and a tool equipped in your held slot for skill bonuses. Find it under the Tools tab in your inventory.
The Ledger of Failure and Hatred. I like it. So we got a lot here. So rigorous self-critique, white mourning. So we get a little less authority. That's fine. Research time 5 hours. You see yourself from above. You're passed out in the blue tiles of the hostel room floor. Even from this distance, you can see your eyelids flutter at the mention of what? A great white object, letting out its sweet smell like a lily of the valley. The little man's forgotten its name, but he still remembers the feeling. Oh, we don't have any new slots, do we? So we can spend a... We could spend a skill point to unlock a slot. Don't know if I want to do that. Learning cap for perception raised to 5. Oh, but this costs us skill slots to forget as well. Alright, we'll keep it in mind. So, and look, he moves. The feeling animates him. He instinctively reaches out for the feeling's best friend, a bottle of Commodore Red. He puts on his disco clothes and gets smaller and smaller. Gotcha. Well, that was frightening. So let's take a look at this ledger. +1 Inland Empire, +1 Empathy, -2 Authority. Alright, I don't mind so much about my authority here. Let's take a look at my skills as well. So I've got -1 Authority already. Wait a second. Why is Inland Empire at 6? And a Spirit to Core. I guess for my items. The watermarks. Yeah, I want to do that. And I'm already right here, so might as well.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox,
Kim,
and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Kim, how do I turn on the headlights?
All right. Ready? I turn, you press start. It's next to the preheater.
He's downplaying his excitement. The lieutenant is more than happy to show off his precious carriage.
Press start.
The dashboard lights up with orange glow. The rounds per minute
Oh,
gauge jumps, and the engine of the Caprice Kinema comes to life with a whiny growl.
That was incredibly loud. Sorry, anybody, if you were startled by that. Let's press the button labeled headlights.
The lights unfold with a little click, casting electrical light onto the ground before the vehicle.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just need to stand in front of the machine now.
Excellent. You get a remote. I still can't figure out what time period this game is supposed to be in. Like, obviously it's anachronistic in some ways.
As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, a shimmering iridescent pattern appears. One you've definitely seen before.
There she is. Revachol West.
There's a note of pride in the lieutenant's voice.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro-perforations.
Let's look at the shimmering street grid.
The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all recognizable. They shimmer in the Kanema's headlights.
Wait, look around you.
You catch a faint glimmer from a broken beer bottle in the distance. Sounds. Two men engaged in a drunken argument, followed by the closing of some distant window.
I see. Okay, so that was something I learned from the tips that I was reading early in the episode. It started with wait, so we could expand on that.
Ah, Martinez at night.
He smells the air and says,
Let me see.
He takes the ledger for a moment and inspects it.
Right here.
He says, his finger near the top of the map, on a segment of coast jutting out into the great ocean. I'm sure I've seen worse.
Oh, yes. Coal City. Le Royaume. The burnt-out quarter.
Let's look at the perforations.
There are many of them, and they are divided into 3 separate rows.
Let's tally up the different rows.
The first row has 18 dots.
Not bad.
Not bad for what? You don't even know what it means yet.
Fair enough. What about the next one?
The next is the longest. It runs all the way around the border, and then some.
Let's count them out, baby.
There are so many, it's hard to count. More than 150, at least. Maybe even 200.
What about the last row?
The last row has 3 perforations.
That's it?
That's it.
Oh god, okay. Hey Kim, what do all these holes mean?
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record. Officers often do. Let's take a look. The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered?
Okay, so let's take a look at our options here. I've done this, got drunk like a megastar, I walked the land telling horrors and liars of the end to come. There are 9,855 days remaining. Probably some boring office job. Do you really think I have any idea?
Fair point. Let's move on, shall we?
I like being honest with Kim about my memory problems.
This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number
Whoa.
of closed cases. Closed is good. It means finished. You've got, let's see, wow, more than 200.
Is that a lot?
It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers.
So you're saying I used to be a super cop?
Call it what you want. You were a valuable member of your precinct. Now, let's look at the last row. Right. Those are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations there.
So I'm a killer.
For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock quarter, it's rather tame. I mean that in a good way.
What's it feel like to kill a man, Mr. McCoy? A young woman asked the man across the desk from her.
Wait, Mr. McCoy? Is that my name?
Honestly, babe, says John McCoy,
No.
crossing his ankles over said desk. I don't feel anything anymore. It's just like brushing my teeth. I do it once or twice a week and don't really think about it.
There's no
There's no trace of guilt in his voice.
There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident.
It's obvious the lieutenant doesn't think very highly of these officers.
But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for.
Have you ever killed anyone, Kim?
Yes.
He says, declining to elaborate.
It's not a problem for him to state it, however.
Interesting. How do you handle the strain?
Everyone has their own method of coping. Some more effective or self-destructive than others.
Sorry, my alarm went off there. He gives you a meaningful look. Should we kiss?
Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies.
Like what? I bet it's nerd stuff, isn't it?
Oh, this and that. Let's not get into it now.
Maybe I should find a hobby.
Why not gardening? You've already got the gloves.
He points to your yellow gardening gloves. That's cute. I wonder what the dialogue option would be if I wasn't wearing the gloves.
It's meant in earnest. Please don't mistake it for a jab.
Yeah, thanks for this.
The lieutenant nods.
Alright, let's go.
Right. I'll go turn off the lights.
He presses a remote control on the key.
You can now see your statistics on your journal page, to the right of the task description.
Is that so? Statistics, huh? So, where the heck are they? Maybe I should... Oh, wait, hang on. Interesting. Oh. Here they are. Superstar Cop, Apocalypse Cop, Sorry Cop, Boring Cop, Communist, Fascist, Ultra-Liberal, and Moralist. Honestly, I'm surprised I have the most in Communist. I don't mind saying Communist things, but I've been trying to keep a mostly neutral playthrough. 0 in Fascist, obviously. Good Cop, Bad Cop, and Honor. People killed, cases solved. Oh, that number might go up. Interesting. That's... Okay. Not gonna lie. This is kind of cool. Okay, so map wall, warded door. Wish this was a little easier to scroll through. How do I... What? Why is it so hard to look at this? Policeman cloak. Right, I want to upgrade my savoir-faire. Oh, Kim. Hello.
We should think about calling it a day, maybe. The nights are still miserably cold this time of year.
Yeah, about, calling it a day and sleeping. I haven't paid the cafeteria manager for damages yet.
You should take care of that, then.
But, yeah, the thing about that is I don't have the money.
Let's talk to him anyway. An officer of the RCM shouldn't be sleeping in the streets. We'll figure something out.
Okay.
Though he finds this situation frustrating, he is doing his best to not make you feel any worse than you already do.
Yeah, maybe because he just saw me pass out on the bloody street. Wait, no, that's not the entrance. This is the entrance. What is this? Pay for damages. Let's try negotiating. Sure. I've got almost $15. Almost. Still no union members.
Can I help you?
So about that money I owe.
Yes. Have you got it?
I was wondering if we could come to some sort of arrangement for tonight.
Does that arrangement include you paying me what we already agreed you owe me?
It's cold out. I'll freeze to death because I'm losing the stupid money game.
Game? Everything is just a game to you, isn't it?
Yeah, I still have my key,
Good luck trying to use it.
He taps his foot against a metal box installed in the back of the counter.
All the locks have an electronic component. They have to be unlocked down here with a master key before your guest key will open the lock.
Very tricky. This conversation isn't going anywhere, is it?
Not until you bring me the money.
Okay. I might have something in my motor carriage we can use when you're done here.
I really didn't want to resort to this. The man is thinking.
Alright, a sleeping bag?
Oh, Lieutenant, we're done here.
Anything else I can do?
Have you got it? Yes.
Right. Okay. Right. So we were talking about... Right, we can't do that. Not yet, at least. So, motor carriage.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio.
I have something here we could sell. Look in the back, in the suspect transport enclosure.
Transport enclosure. Regular people just call it the cage.
Let's look in the suspect transport enclosure.
The cage at the back of the motor carriage looks rather uncomfortable. 4 shiny hubcaps are stacked against the seat. Their silver edges sparkle in the dark.
I confiscated these 4 a little while back. We can take them to the pawn shop down by the Martinez Canal.
What are those things?
They are spinner hubcaps, frivolous things you put on your wheels. When the wheels come to a stop, the caps keep on spinning. There's no real use for them, it's just for vanity.
Interesting.
A vanity he wouldn't mind.
Huh, is that so? What do you mean you confiscated them?
A couple of weeks ago, I stopped a young man for going slower than the speed of traffic. Turns out he was some coalition official's son and high.
So you took his spinners?
I took them and arrested him for driving under the influence.
I get it. I would have confiscated them too. They're mesmerizing.
That they are. I was going to take them into evidence, but they weren't necessary for conviction. He never asked for them back.
Did you want to put these spinners on your machine?
No, that would be silly.
Oh.
I don't know why I kept them. It doesn't matter. I couldn't put them on this MC anyway. A cup with spinners. That would be outrageous.
Yeah, outrageously cool.
He flashes a smile, barely visible in the dark.
I'm sorry you have to sell them because of me.
As I said, they are useless anyway. I should have remembered I have these earlier.
But thank you.
Okay. Thanks, I appreciate your help.
The lieutenant nods as you take the spinners.
Alright. So, I'll try to sell them. Spinner hubcaps to the local pawn shop. Luckily, I was looking at that earlier. So how much are they worth? Alright. Not bad. And I found out when I whistle, it doesn't actually show up too badly on the mic. Let's try it again. Okay, I'll have to look at that in the, while I'm editing this video later. See if it's, wait. God, I wish the map was a little more detailed. But, not like it really matters. Time isn't passing while I'm doing this. I think the pawn shop was over here? Yeah, it was over here. Alright. So I'm the sorry cop. I'm sorry that you gotta sell them because of me, but let's be honest, it's not like you were gonna put them on your service vehicle.
Greetings on this fine night. What brings you here?
How come you're still open?
The pawn shop is always open.
Oh, Roy doesn't really sleep.
Feeling warm and enthralled by the movement of light, while the mind continues to race forward. Lucky bastard. He's probably on Parolidon. It's tough to come by on the street.
Parolidon? What's that?
A drug developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness. It has psychedelic side effects, and it makes your eyes turn yellow.
I see. Is it just me or is it really warm in here?
I try to keep the shop at a comfortable temperature.
There's a note of indignation in his voice. Interesting. Those triangle patches on his vest, you have a feeling they mean something, like they're similar to the halogen rectangle on your jacket.
Say, what's with the triangles on your vest?
I was with the Emergency Relief Brigade. You know, after the People's Pile disaster.
He coughs as if to mark his words.
Had to take Parolidon for radiation sickness. That's what you were hinting at just now, wasn't it?
It was.
He's taken for mental and emotional, not physical pain these days.
The People's Pile? What's that?
A bad idea. Some poor leftist built a particle decay generator in hopes of bringing affordable electricity to underserved communities. It malfunctioned. Radioactive waste everywhere. Probably some of it in you, too.
Tell me more about this emergency relief brigade you were a part of.
We were an all-volunteer force. Self-organized. Tried to help the fire brigades contain the spill. I lived by the river since I was a small boy. The Esperance. Didn't have the art to let it all go to shit without trying to do something to help out. There wasn't much the volunteer force could do, however. We wasted years in the river mud. Years getting sick.
Must have been tough, radioactive cleanup.
There's a reason why everyone's tried to forget any of it ever happened. And why no one has tried to repair or replace the pile. So much disappointment. And early death. Cancer mostly. And we knew all that was coming even as we were cleaning up as best we could.
That's sad. Whose fault was it that the generator failed?
No one's. Everyone's.
He sighs and shakes his head.
So much bitterness.
A bunch of poor people built themselves a primitive nuclear reactor, hoping for the best. What do you think is going to happen?
Alright, so how'd you end up running a pawn shop?
The cleanup happened 15 years ago. I was young then. Later, my second aunt died. Left me this shack and all the assorted junk in it. So I came to Martinez. People told me don't go there. It's a shithole. I said, people, we just had a nuclear pile meltdown. I'm gonna get as far away from Forburg as I can. Still in the same city, but...
A very large city that has its own named neighborhoods. Where have I heard of that before? Thank you for telling me.
I like the theory more than the story. Outward movement, not vortices.
I always appreciate more level ups and more skill points.
You gotta get in on those vortices, my man.
Okay. Oh, wait, I don't want to leave. Okay, so skill points. Right, I want to get money.
Let me know if I can help you with anything.
Yes, we'd like to sell these hubcaps.
The lieutenant steps in and hands him the spinners.
Roy takes the hubcaps from the lieutenant and inspects them. The spinners appear iridescent in the dancing light of his pawn shop.
Yes, these are very, very good. Did you defraud some foreign prince for them? Jump a mesk banger? No matter. I'll give you 200 real.
No one was defrauded or jumped, I assure you.
The lieutenant explains as the pawnbroker opens the register and counts the cash.
Of course. I meant no offense. 200 real for you, officer. Delightful doing business with you. Do come again.
I get the feeling that Kim just got 200 real.
Thank you.
He takes the cash, then turns to you.
Here's the 130 real. Do not waste it.
The rest goes in his pocket. Gotcha.
The windfall is a small consolation.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Nope. I have this commemorative pin, but before I sell it, I have some questions.
Jean Baptiste's summer dinghy rates is 31. What a pleasant time that was.
It was?
So, what do you want to know? Price? I can give you 320 for it.
And that's all I wanted to know about the pin, thanks.
Sure thing. So, do you want to sell anything?
No, I'm good.
Another time, perhaps.
I have other business to take care of now. And that other business is going to the bathroom and ending the episode. So, yeah, we've done quite a few things. I honestly thought I was going to have to live on the streets like a hobo cop, but it appears to, well, who knows? Gart may just not want my dirty money, for example, but it appears we'll have a actual bed to stay in, which is a lot more than I was expecting, so pretty good stuff, I gotta say. Alright, so we're gonna end this episode here. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one, and take care.